Hello there, kia ora. I'm just making some dinner, so I thought I would give you a bit of an update now that we actually have some final numbers from this year's local body election, because everything's been tallied and counted multiple times and triple checked, and final results are out for everywhere. It's really some fascinating numbers out there. The number of people who actually voted, who are eligible to vote, didn't quite hit the 40% mark around the country. So 60% of people chose not to vote in this year's election. There are going to be some recounts in some places. So, for example, the Chatham Islands actually has a draw for one of the spots on its council. They will have to go to a recount, and if that still comes back as a draw by law, they have to draw lots to work out who it is that's going to win. They actually did that at the last election. They drew the lots, and the person who actually won that drawing of lots after another recount ended up losing. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. There are some people who got in on single digits. Again, low voter turnout leads to that. And some of those people are people who have links to disinformation networks. And while Voices for Freedom might have been crowing about how well they did, Challenging Councils, the pseudo-law group, they were not quite so happy about the results that they got. None of the candidates in their admin team who ran got anywhere. And the two groups, Challenging Councils and Voices for Freedom, they don't see eye to eye. So they don't see at Challenging Councils a win for Voices for Freedom as being a win for the freedom community. It's a weird, complicated mess. So yeah, we saw a lot of people get out and vote in those last 24 hours as well. There was a massive uptick. It sort of started off really well for the first 10 days and then died for a little bit. And in the last 48 hours, the number of special votes and the number of last minute votes skyrocketed, which is what ended up taking them so long to count everything. It was just more than they expected. As a result of what's happened, though, with this election, the government seems kind of open to the idea of the Electoral Commission taking over for the next election and having it more like a general election with 2 weeks of a voting period where you go in and you actually physically vote. They're probably not going to look at online voting as an option. It's just not something that's considered secure by the Department of Internal Affairs to the point where they could run that kind of election process in there. But I'm sure it'll be something that they look at. So for 2028, you can expect some different processes more than anything if the government keeps its word. And to be fair, we know exactly how good they are at that. So yeah, 60% of people chose not to vote in this year's local body elections, and as a result you've got close to 80 people that's been elected around the country with links to disinformation networks. Cool. This is democracy in action. It's what people voted or didn't vote for, and it's going to make the next 3 years really fascinating to sit down and watch. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to have some dinner. I will catch you guys all next time. Hey, thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. While you're here, why not hit that like button or share the video or even subscribe to the channel. You could even become a paid YouTube member so you can see things released in advance, you get access to some exclusive content, and like all these awesome people, you get to have your name at the end of the credits as well.